using that. Oh, well. Hello everybody. Right, let's just make sure that we are live in the right place. I hope so. Oh, yes, wonderful. Ah, fabulous. Okay. Right, I think I'm in the right place. Oh, and people are starting to join. That's even better. Wonderful. Okay, if you're joining me for a bit of a craft along, it is October 2022 if you're watching this on the replay, and it's monthly card club. So if you've just joined, then please say hi in the chat so we know who's here live. That would be really brilliant. It's Evelyn and I here tonight, and a pile of autumnal cards to share with you. Hi Liz, brilliant, that's lovely. So if you've just joined us, then please say hi in the chat. We'll hang on for a few more people to join, and I'll slurp my tea. How are you, Liz? How is everybody? How are you doing? Is it very autumnal where you are? It's very hi Mum. We've had a very kind of misty, bizarre week actually, really. Lots of yellowy and orange crunchy leaves, but it's very misty every morning. Hi Dee. Right, my video has now stopped working, so that is not helpful at all. Don't know why it's done that, I'm sure. Right, bear with me a minute. I might just go back out on I have it on my tablet so I can see what's going. Yeah, you're right, Liz. The leaves have suddenly turned. All of 1 week it wasn't autumn, and now all of a sudden it is, and it almost feels like it might be winter quite soon as well, actually. Hi Claire, oh, I'm so glad you can join us, even if it's just for half an hour. That's lovely. Hi Amber, hi Marion. Oh my goodness, it's all going mad now. Numbers are flying up. That's wonderful. So good that everyone can join in tonight. That's brilliant. So who's going to be crafting along tonight? Let me know who is going to be making autumn cards tonight. And have you got all the bits and pieces you need? So you're going to need a few different autumnal coloured ink pads. So I've got yellows and reds and oranges as my colours. I've got some pens, which could be probably Anne Liz's and Dee's, brilliant. So if the pens could be blends, or they could just be marker pens, that's fine too. And that's to colour your little wood elements that you've got, as well as some of the paper die cuts. So I've got a couple of different techniques to show you tonight, so that will be really good to try some new techniques. So yes, you're going to need some ink pads, you're going to need some pens of some description, markers or blends or whatever. Thanks Mum. I had a lovely val cut on Monday, my hair. In fact, we all got shorn on Monday. We're all looking much shorter, as you'll see in a minute when I turn the camera around to Evelyn, I'm sure. Yeah, what else will you need? You're going to need a sponge dauber tonight. So that's one of these little things. It sticks on the end of your finger and it's got a spongy top to it. If you haven't got one of these, do not panic, it is fine. But what you might need instead would be either your blending brush or a bit of tissue or something like that, because one of the cards has got a lovely blended autumn leaf on it, and we're going to use the dauber to create that lovely blended effect. So you need something that you can blend some ink from your ink pad onto the leaf. If you haven't got any of that, there's another little technique that I can show you instead as well, so do not panic. Okie dokie, right, let's get started then. My video just doesn't seem to want to play tonight. I don't know why, my video that I've got playing in the background so I can see your comments coming up, but never mind. We'll worry about that as we go along. Okay, so let's start with some news. So as everybody must know by now, because I keep talking about it all the time, it's my 10th birthday this month. So I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 10 years this month. In fact, it was last Saturday was the actual date. Very quick story. I've been doing Stampin' Up! Workshops with another demonstrator for years and years and years, and then finally decided, okay, I'll give it a go. And it was actually at busket at our Christmas workshop, which she was running, that I suddenly thought, this is mad, I could be doing this and it'd be great fun. So that's where it all started, and we've got a busket in a sort of 10 days time, so there you go. Anyway, birthday celebrations, there are loads of them. So if you haven't checked out the blog yet, which is www.papercraftwithjenny.co.uk, that's my website. My blog is on the website. It's just an article on the website. But basically, when you click on that website, there's all of my projects that I've put on there. So I've put 10 brand new projects on there for my 10th birthday. All different stamp sets and different kinds of projects and things. So go and have a look if you're looking for inspiration, or even if you just fancy having a look to see new projects. We've got the order raffle going, so anybody who orders anything at all from me during October, so you've got 10 days or so, 10 days to go yet, we'll go into a bumper raffle similar to the one that Evelyn did way back when we raffled off the strawberries and all the bits and pieces that went with the strawberries. So this time we've got a bumper Christmas raffle for you. It's got some beautiful papers, stamp set, dies, ribbon, bling, oh, you name it, it's got everything in it. It's fabulous. It's got 10 individual items in the bumper raffle, and at the end of the month, everybody who's ordered something from me, no matter how big, how small, every time you order this month you'll get a ticket. That will go into the pot, and the winner will be chosen, and they will win that bumper pot of goodies with 10 different things in it. We've still got the adhesives offer going on as well. So we've got 10 I know it's going to get annoying and after a while. 10 different adhesives for £25, which means that you get, I think it's the glue dots, pack of glue dots you get for free. It's been really popular so far. So if you, there's not a limited number of the adhesive packs, but if you want to order adhesives, that will get your raffle ticket to get into the draw as well. Don't delay, let me know. Anybody who has ordered anything or won any prizes lately who is going to come to Busket for the Christmas workshop, I will be bringing everything that I owe everybody to Busket. So anyone I'm seeing at Busket, all your goodies are coming to Busket in terms of prizes, raffle prizes or draw prizes from postings, draws, postings, prizes from last weekend when I asked people to post on the Facebook page if they wanted to share a project. So all of that stuff is coming to Busket. Okay, November Card Club is going to be, can't remember the date, I think it's the 24th is the Thursday one. Don't know. Anyway, the dates are all in the emails that you're getting. November Card Club is going to be a stamp a stack, as it's coming up to Christmas and we'll all be panicking by then that we don't have enough time to get all our Christmas crafting done. I'm going to do 20 Christmas cards plus a gift box for £20. So it will be either in person, because I thought it might be nice to have a get together as well before Christmas. Hi Sally, we'll see you on catch up another time then. You can either choose to come here to my house on the Thursday night and we will do it in person, or I will do it on, like this, Facebook Live the following Wednesday, so that anybody who can't make the in-person can still do it, can still join in, and it'll be just the same as normal. You have a kit in the post if you're going to do it online, and then you can just join along and do it with me like this. But if you want to come to my house, there might even be some mince pies or cake or something. If you're really clever and you can see, there we go, that one there, that card there on my shelf, the red one. That is the card that we're going to be doing at Coffee Club. So just to warn anyone who's coming to Coffee Club or joining in Coffee Club in November, it's a Christmas card, and it's a clever fancy fold Christmas card. So just thought I'd throw that in. And I will also be bringing Coffee Club packs 2 buscut to give people for November as well, to make it easier on postage and stuff, and so things don't get squashed. I think that's it. I'll tell you about the Christmas workshop when we get to the end of this evening. So, without further ado, let me just move my pack a minute, and then I can turn the camera down and show you the cards that we're going to be making tonight. So, hold on a moment. Oop, you'll be able to see Evelyn's new short hair and her lovely new fluffy jumper, because we had a bit of a shop last Saturday as well. Look at that. Smile. There you go. Okay, down we go. That's better. Okay, now let me see if I can get it in shot properly. There we go. Oh, let's have another light on the subject. I think will be helpful as well. That's better, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, right. Okay, let's just move that up into shot a bit more. So these are the cards that we're going to be making tonight, and they're going to be made using 2 different suites in both. So one from each of the catalogues. So the from the big annual catalogue, the suite that we're going to be using, I said we would come back to it again at Christmas time and autumn time, is Texture Chic, Seasons of Chic. That's where my leaves have come from, and that's where some of my papers have come from tonight, and also the beautiful distressed gold, which you've got some die cut leaves in the lovely distressed gold. So that's one of the suites that we're going to be using. That's on page 98 and 99 of the big annual catalogue, if you're looking for that one. And then the other suite that we're going to be using tonight is this one from the Christmas catalogue, and it's called Ringed with Nature. And it's got these fantastic tree rings that you can emboss and die cut out all in one go. So it's a super clever, I don't know if you can see that, right at the bottom there is a really clever embossing folder and die cut, and it's all in one go. So you put the die inside the embossing folder and then run it through your die cutting machine, and it will emboss and cut the rings out all in one go, which then means that you can make these lovely little tree ring embellishments. So we're going to be doing some stuff with the tree rings, and also with the embossing folder and stuff as well. I really love this stamp set because it is so versatile. It goes with the Ringed with Nature, so if you buy it all as a bundle, you get even better than normal actually. So you get the stamp set, the embossing folder, and the die cuts, because it also cuts out some of the little leaves and berries and little acorns and toadstools and stuff that you've got in your set as well. But it cuts all of it, you get all of that with the 10% off, so that's quite handy. The reason I love this set though is because the sentiments are really varied. So you've got Merry Christmas, Love and Warmth, Get Well Soon, which you don't get very often in stamp sets now, Just For You, so that's kind of an any occasion, Thinking of You, and then Happy Anniversary, and we don't get Happy Anniversary very often either, so that's really great that you've got Christmas, Get Well Soon and Happy Anniversary, as well as 3 kind of random just because sentiments, which I really love that. Oh, Grandma says she loves your hair too, Evelyn, and your jumper. Don't worry, Mum, she'll be bringing it to yours next week. It hasn't left her back since we bought it. Yeah, so you get all of that, all with the 10% off. So I really like that, and I just thought it'd be really fun to use that tonight and do something different with it. So anyway, so if you're looking for that one, it's in the Christmas catalogue, page 62. Okay, so that's all the chat done. Let's get on with some crafting, shall we? So the first card we're going to start with, well, you know me, I like to, let's let ourselves in nice and gently and easily. So the first one we'll do is this one, which is a Mango Melody. Right, I had the wrong colour there. Mango Melody card base, which is like a yellowy kind of coloured card base. And if Evelyn, if you haven't got it, then it's probably in my pack. Have you got it in yours?
No.
So it is, oh, maybe I haven't got one either, actually. Oh, you've got it, not me. Oh, bless you. Oh, she's off. She's got a sneezing fit going on at the moment as well. Yeah, so Mango Melody card base. And then you've got 2 pieces of paper. So you've got a piece that has autumn leaves on it. So you might have green background autumn leaves, or you might have one like Evelyn's got, which is a white background autumn leaves. But you will have to go with that a strip of what looks like kind of greeny coloured wood planks. Okay, so you're going to layer them all up on your card front, and everything is stuck down flat on this card except for the sentiment, but everything else is flat. So you're going to stick those flat down, and then you should have a little bag, in your pack, thank you Evelyn, that's got all kinds of bits and pieces inside it. Loads and loads of bits and pieces. And what you need is 2 or 3 leaves to go down your wood plank strip, like I've got here. So I've used 3 gold leaves, but you can use whatever combination of colours you want that you think goes with your background paper that you've got. And then a sentiment, which you can just cut from your own stash, just a bit of white, or you may have a little bit of extra white in your kit. So I'm going to hand those bits back to Evelyn so she can get on and do hers. There we go. There's the bone folder. So yeah, so you're going to start out by sticking that background paper down. So it is flat down on your card base, just straight flat to the card, and then your wood plank strip is flat over the top of that. And I've just left a tiny little gap down the side, just for neatness really, nothing major. And then when you come to stick the leaves on, my top tip, as you can see I've done, would be don't try to put glue behind every little frond of the leaf. These are skeleton leaves, obviously, so you don't need glue behind every little bit. Just go for the largest bits and stick a dab of wet glue behind the kind of largest little bits of leaf. So that you get a grip, you get the leaves stick, but what you don't really need is for there to be so much glue that it's like oozing out the sides of the leaves, because that won't be helpful. Well, that's better now. I've moved the light as well, isn't it? Excuse me. So I'll just let you get on and do that while I have another slurp of tea a moment. And that's a nice and easy one to get started with. But you could, this design, I think this layout is a really great template for a whole variety of cards. And certainly if you're starting to think about what am I going to do for my Christmas cards, this would be a good template, a good design to use for your Christmas cards. Because you could have snowflakes replacing your leaves. You could have different types of paper, obviously. Maybe you could have snowflakes instead of the leaves. You could have Christmas trees instead of the leaves. What else might you have? You might have parcels, presents that you could maybe cut out of wrapping paper, or you might have a stamp or a die that does a present. You could do stars, Christmas stars. All kinds of things could go down that strip. And it's quite a basic design, but the kind of the variations are pretty much endless, really. So if you're thinking, I want to do quite a few Christmas cards, want to use the same design each time, want to make it easy for myself, that might well be one that would work for you. I'll just bring in the stamp set as well so you can see it, because I've used the You Are Amazing Beyond Measure sentiment, which is this one here. But the stamp set comes with wishing you the best birthday ever, I'm here for you, to make each season of life even more beautiful, thinking of you, love you, and thanks. So you've got a bit of variety as well in the stamp set to suit all the different seasons. And this one, because you have got the different seasons, both in the stamps and in the dies. You've got stamps that will also do snowflakes if you were thinking Christmas, but you've also got dies that die cut out snowflakes as well. So if you don't have, I always think there's a few things, to be honest, that are like a basic crafter's kit, and for me a leaf stamp and a snowflake die or punch is like two basic staples that I think you ought to have, really. So for me that's a basic thing that I need in my kit, if you like. What colour would you like? Oh, you want the stamp set, sorry, there we go.
The melon colour thing.
The melon colour thing, do you mean Mango Melody?
Mm-hmm.
So this one's Mango Melody. It's one of the newer colours, but very bright, very sunshiny, autumn sunshiny. And when you're happy with this one and you've done this one, as always, give me some thumbs up so I'll know that we're ready to move on, and then we'll move on to a technique. Might see if we can even manage to squeeze in all 4 cards tonight, because we might well be able to. That's I will. Let's see if I can find my bits. Crafting. And don't worry, I've got raffle prizes and things for tonight as well, so still got plenty of bits to come. So have other people got different leaf sets to use later on as well? Leaf stamp sets, and if so, let me know which sets you're using. If you've not got Seasons of Chic, if you've got something else, I'd love to know what leaves you're using. How are you getting on over there, Raglan? Oh, yeah. She's done. Speedy Queen, as always. Thank you very much. Okay, let's have a look. So, this one's mine, and this one's Evelyn's. That's lovely, isn't it? So, some of the leaves that you've got in your kit are from the... oh, she's put her strip in a different place as well. I love that too. What? Moved it over. Good idea. Good idea.
I put it on the wrong side.
Not the wrong side, just a different side. It's all good. Yeah, so some of the leaves you've got in your kit are from, I can't remember what that suite is called. From the foiled suite, anyway. I can't remember what it's called. It's from the Christmas catalogue, and we used some of it last month. Oh, there it is. It's called the Splendid Day suite. So some of your foiled papers are these ones from the Splendid Day suite, because some of the colours are just so beautifully autumnal. So we've got copper, petal pink, soft sea foam. So I just thought I couldn't resist really adding and putting some of the leaves from that suite in your kit, as well as these lovely distressed gold ones. So you've got a bit of a mixture. So that's why Evelyn's used a mixture of leaves in hers, which is great. Okay. So that is card number 1. So give me some thumbs up when you've completed card number 1 and you're happy. And then we will move on to card number 2.
Is it both of them or just
one? Meanwhile, I'll try and find the components that we need for card number 2. Yep, D's done. Fabulous. Wonderful, wonderful. Just give a few more minutes for others to also join us. If you're getting your bits ready for card number 2, this is where you're going to need your dauber. Just to give you a bit of warning. See if we can find a stamp set as well. Okay. Okay, so I'll put that to one side. For card number 2, you're going to need your little brown note card and envelope. You only need the envelope because it goes with the card, not for any other reason. Although you could obviously stamp on it. Might do that actually, so that would look nice. You're going to need your distressed gold mesh. This is what we used as fishing mesh, if you remember, when we were doing our cards, our summer cards with the seashells all over them, using this suite. And if you want to pop out any of the remaining die cut pieces that are stuck in it, then feel free, although you can leave them in if you prefer. Whichever you prefer, really, it doesn't matter. But you're going to need that bit of distressed gold mesh as well. There's going to be loads of bits from this card, I think, because of all the, actually possibly just even from today, because of all the little bits of die cut. So let's get rid of those bits while I've got a chance a minute. And then you're going to need one of your leaves. So you've got a couple of leaves in your kit, but you're going to need one of your leaves. Take that one. So this is one of your craft maple leaf kind of leaves. And then you're going to need your dauber, a variety of ink colours that are autumnal colours. Thank you very much. And you're going to need your leaf stamp as well. So Evelyn's decided on real red, crushed curry and pumpkin pie for us. And the skeleton leaf, which is that one there. So I'm also going to need a block. Is there a clear block anywhere, Evelyn? Oh, wonderful, thanks. Just that one will be fine, thanks. Cool, thank you. Okay. So, has everybody finished card number 1? Let's have a quick show of thumbs if everyone's finished card number 1 before I take it away. Yep. Got 1 thumb. Andy. Okay. We'll just hang on a minute then, while people are just finishing off that one before we start on the next one. I'll show you the colours. There we go. Let's put the colours down the side so you can see which ones we're using. And then we'll have a catch up and raffle prize break after this next card, so people have a chance to kind of finish things off as they're going along. Okay, I'm going to move these cards out of the way then, and we'll move on to this one. So first things first, if you want to stamp your envelope, then I would do that first of all. So I think I will stamp my envelope. I hadn't planned to originally, but I think I will this time. So stamping envelopes is just the same principle as when you're stamping cards. Much better if you can let the envelope be flat on your work surface. So I wouldn't bother to fold over the top at this point. I would just have it flat on your work surface. And because you're stamping onto craft craft paper, so which is this brown paper kind of stuff, you want an ink pad that has quite a strong colour to it. So I'm going to use the Real Red because I know that it's going to show up on this craft card or craft paper. So I'm just going to stamp a leaf in the bottom corner there, just to give my card a little bit of do you want one on yours as well? Okay, I've inked it for you. So yeah, just a really simple little touch because it's a note card. And then to get a nice clean finish on the envelope, you just need to fold it over on the crease, but also bone folder it because they're quite sort of floppy. Yeah, the ink, it does soak into the craft as well, which is not a bad thing, but yeah, you will get a bit of ink soakage. Right, so put that envelope to one side. And then the main bit that you're going to be working on first before you do any assembly is this maple leaf. Okay, so let's just get the other bits out of the way to start with. And you can have all of your ink pads out in front of you. Let's move the stamp out of the way for the time being as well. So we've got Real Red and Pumpkin Pie and Crushed Curry. So our different autumnal colours. And all I'm going to do is dab a bit of ink on the dauber, on my ink pad, and then I'm just going to go round the edges, just hold it at a slight angle and just round the edges. Doesn't matter if you touch every edge or anything like that. It can be, if you can see that, it can be really quite random, absolutely fine. Just make sure that you've kind of cleaned off your dauber a bit. Or if you've got more than one dauber, if you've got a pack of daubers, that's even better, because you can move on to a different dauber for your next colour. And then, so I'm just then going to go up to the orange next. And again, I'm just literally, randomly kind of touching a bit on, not really particularly. There's no kind of particular sort of design or anything to this. It's very, very random. Just around the edges. Again, take the colour off of the dauber before you then move on to the red as the final. So the darkest colour last, if you like. And again, the red's actually quite bright, so I might just do a bit of stamping off first on the dauber before I add the red on. And there is my kind of beautiful autumn leaf. If you want to use that one for the red, Evelyn, do feel free to. And then while I've got the ink out and I've got my leaf ready, I'm just turning my leaf to the side a little bit, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the centre of my leaf. So the sentiment that I've used for this card is Thinking of You, and it's come from the Ringed with Nature suite. So this is the one that I said with the tree rings in it. This time I'm going to use a different sentiment. I am going to use the Just For You, I think this time. There it is. I'm just going to use a different stamp, but I'm going to use that nice dark red colour. So that it really shows up against the autumnal leaf colours. So I'm just putting my leaf slightly on an angle and then stamping down the sentiment in the middle. Yep, there we go. And that is my sentiment bit finished then. Just keeping that stamp for Evelyn in case she wants it. Now, if you don't have a dauber, if you don't have a sponge blending brush or a tissue, or you don't have ink pads or whatever, that you've maybe only got limited colours, you don't have the autumnal colours, so you can't colour your leaf in the same way. Obviously, you could colour it using watercolour pencils or chalks or pastels, or you could, if you wanted to be completely bonkers, you could just do the scrunching technique. So you could literally just screw it up into a ball so that you get that kind of really crisp autumn leaf, a real dry leaf effect, and then smooth it all out again, and you'll get a lovely crunched up leaf, like a leaf that's been stood on, basically. So you've got a few options there to do that. Are you finished with the pumpkin pie? Yep. Do you want the red?
Yes, please. I don't know how to wash these off because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Stick them up there. So Evelyn's asking about washing the daubers. So my top tip would be, I wash them either just with a bit of washing up liquid in the sink, or I wash them using shampoo. That works really well as well. The same as the blending brushes. So okay, so you've got your envelope and you've got your leaf components. The next thing you need to do, to bring the card back in again, is if you look at the background of the card, there's lots of leaf prints on the background of the card underneath the gold mesh layer. So that's the next bit to do, is to stamp some leaf prints on your card front before you stick down the gold mesh. Okay, so I haven't even folded and creased the card front yet, so that it lies nice and flat, and I've got my stamp, my leaf stamp ready, and same again, I'm going to do the 3 different colours. So as it's already got the red on it, I'm going to start with the red colour first. And just randomly add the leaves. You only need 2 or 3 of each colour, because I'm going to go through all the 3 colours again, and just cleaning it off on my Stamp and Scrub in between, so I get thoroughly rid of the dark colour, so that when I go on to the lighter tones, it's not gonna colour it. I've got some more yellows out, so I'm going to go for Daffodil Delight this time, as Evelyn's got the Mango Melody and the crushed curry over her side. So just add a bit of randomly stamped yellow leaf tones. And if you've got an orange over there, that would be wonderful, Evelyn, please. Got an orange ink pad of any description over there? Oh no, I've got it here actually. Pumpkin pie. Here it is, here it is. So I'm just going around the edge, because your leaf is going to go slap bang in the middle, so you don't need to cover the middle segment with stamping if you don't want to. Just going to do a bit. I'm going to cross over some of these leaves as well. Just filling in the gaps basically now with the final kind of lot of stamping. But it's okay to stamp over and stamp on top. That is absolutely fine. Okay. Right, let's give you, there's an ink pad, and there's the stamp. And there's the pumpkin pie if you want it. Okay, so just pause there a moment while people catch up, and then you'll just need your gold mesh, your kind of, I don't even know what this kind of like netting type stuff in the distressed gold to assemble it. So that's all the components. And then I did bring my card in as well. I did actually add one of the amber jewels as well on the top, really to cover over the hole, because these can be used. I don't really know why they have got holes in actually, like why they didn't just make them without the holes in, but anyway, that's by the by. They obviously can be used as tags or as tags on a card or whatever, but I didn't want it to, I don't want to use the hole on these projects, so I've put a gem over the top each time. Each time there's a hole, I've put a gem over the top. So, you know what gems are useful for, covering absolutely all ills. So in this case, it's a hole that I don't want to be there. So once you've stamped your leaves, you're going to fold and crease your card. And you can be quite rough with the bone folder to crease these because the craft cardstock is really quite tough. So that's good. And then you're going to layer up your mesh and your leaf and then your gem. So what I've done is I've put a bit of a blob of glue in the middle of the back of the mesh. And I've not glued all around the edges. As you can see, it's quite loose, it's free floating. And then I've put 3D pads, dimensionals on the back of my leaf so that they stick in various parts over the mesh. So I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back first. And don't panic if you think I'm going too fast with this one, because then once we're finished with this card, once I've finished, we're going to have a raffle prize time. So there's plenty of time then to catch up. I've got to stop a moment anyway, because Evelyn's got my glue. So let's take the backing off of those a minute. Right, can I have the glue while you're doing that? Thank you. So again, I'm just putting some glue. I'm going to hold it up to make it even easier. Just a few dobs in the middle. Because it's so central, it actually, where you're putting your glue is going to be so central, it actually doesn't matter too much if you do get a bit of glue that potentially might ooze out of the edges, because you're going to cover it with your leaf, so it actually doesn't matter too much. In fact, as you can see, mine's oozing out nicely there. I'm not even going to press it down with my fingers, I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to put my leaf on top, making sure, obviously, that my sentiment is straight-ish. And, obviously, that I am actually covering all those bits where the glue was oozing out. And then I'm going to reach for my pack of my strip of jewels. Have I got any jewels, even? Might not have any jewels, actually. Might have to go and find some jewels. I think I used all the amber ones. What everybody else is, so let's see what else I've got in my in my set here. Oh, Evan's going to give me one. You're so generous. Thank you so much. It's very kind. So yeah, everybody should have a strip of these amber gems. I'm just going to take one of the amber gems, stick it over the top of that circle. There we go. Thank you. So then there is your card and matching envelope. Just going to crease that one again, actually, my sample, because it's popped up a bit. There we go, it's better. So you can see it. So that is card number 2 finished then. Let's put that one a bit more in the light, a bit stronger light on this side of the table so you can see. Okay, so I will leave you to finish those while I get some raffle prizes. Let's shove those up there a bit. Okay, so we've got raffle prizes. We have got this beautiful metallic shimmer Christmas paper. It's 6x6 sheets. In fact, I'm going to get it out so we can see what it's like. It's got loads of different colours in it, so it looks... You look at the front and think, oh, it's black. So we've got black for 4 pieces. Then we've got evening evergreen and gold for 4 pieces. And then we've got, I'm guessing that's Cajun Craze. Yeah, we've got Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie for 4 pieces. It's kind of like little snow shower going on. It's very pretty. Anyway, so you get 12 sheets of 6x6 and it's shimmer metallic cardstock. Yeah, 12 sheets, so that's cool. So that's prize number 1. Prize number 2, I love these, are some little treat bags. These are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Liz, I was thinking of you the other day when I was thinking about these treat bags, because these might be quite good size for soaps, I'm thinking. I know last year you were looking for boxes and things to put soaps in. So they have I don't even know what you call this kind of seal. And I can't get it undone because it's so brilliantly stuck. In fact, I'm not even going to, because these are brand new, this set. So you've got the normal kind of Ziploc type seal to it. And you've got a ripstop seam as well, so you can tear the seam apart as well if you want to. They've got a little see-through window, but these are craft, and then you've also got in the same pack white ones as well. So you've got craft and white. You've got 5 of each colour, so 10 in total in the pack to have as little gift treat bags, make little Christmas gifts with them. Punch holes in them and hang them on the tree, whatever you want to do with them. And then the third raffle prize is going to be a pack of flat jingle bells, so these jingle bells, if you look in the catalogue, this is in the Christmas catalogue, obviously, on the same page as the Ringed with Nature suite, so that's 62, so this is where the tree rings and everything are. The die cuts that we're using tonight. There's a little flat jingle bell on that page, so hence why I thought it might be handy to have that as one of the prizes. So let's open these up. So this is a whole little box of really cute little brass jingle bells, but they're completely flat on the back, so you can stick them to your cards or your treat boxes or whatever with or your gift tags or whatever. You can stick them with glue, with wet glue, Tombow, or you can stick them with glue dots or 3D dimensionals or whatever you want. And a whole pack has 20, I think. Can't even see. Does it even say? 20. It was on the front. Can't see for looking. Yeah, 20 jingle bells. So we've got the metallic shimmer card, the treat bags, which are craft and white, and you can stamp on and decorate with ribbons and all the rest of it. And we've got 20 jingle bell trinkets. So let's have a little shake of the raffle prize box. And the first one, let's get that one that's wrapped around. Raffle prize number 1 goes to number 412. Who's got 412? If you have raffle prize 412, raffle ticket 412, then let me know that it's you and let me know what prize you would like. Evelyn, can you do me a favour and stick the lid on that glue, please, before it dries out? Yeah, 412, shout if that's yours and what would you like? And I will get some washi tape to stick it to the prize.
What card are we doing next?
I think we'll go for this one next. So 412, anybody going to claim number 412, and what prize would you like if it's yours? Got a couple of people on catch up tonight, so it might well be someone who's left us or not been able to join us yet. But if you're watching on catch up, you have a whole month to claim your prize. So even if you're doing this in a couple of weeks' time after tonight, if you find that you've got 412 in your kit, please still let me know, because the raffle prize will be in the drawer waiting for you. So yeah, please don't go without. Okay, I'm going to stick that one to my camera stand and hope that somebody finds it later on. Okay, right then. So how's everybody getting on? Are you all finished with this card? Let's have some thumbs up if you're ready to move on. Yep. potentially it might only be one person crafting tonight. No, Andy's thumbs up as well. Fabulous, good. Right. The next one that we're going to do is this one. This is possibly one of my most favourite cards ever, I think. And I can't even tell you why, I just love it. Absolutely no good reason whatsoever for really liking this card, but I do love it. Okay. So you are going to need your piece of old olive green cardstock, card base. You are going to need your Ringed with Nature embossed piece of card with the tree rings on it. And this is like a vanilla colour card. Out of your little goodie bag of bits and pieces, you're going to need 2 tree rings. And they should fit together, because this is the other brilliant thing about this suite, is that the tree ring die cuts all fit together. So if you can see around the edge there, even the little kind of wavy bumpy lines and everything, and these little cut out pieces, the notches, they all fit together, so that you know that you've got the right 2 pieces. Because I know I gave everybody extra tree rings as well, because I just thought they're so cute, why wouldn't you want some extra ones? So you're going to need those as well. And then you are going to need a whole array of little bits and pieces that you're going to colour in. So we won't bother to get all of those out for the time being. We will come back to those. Let's get the base of this card done first, and then you can come back to all your little bits and pieces, okay? So first things first, fold and crease the card base as normal. And then you're going to stick your embossed tree rings piece flat down on the front of your card. So just flat down with tape, wet glue, whatever you're using, whatever your adhesive of choice is. Because it's a bit of a bumpy folder, you might find you need something a little bit stronger than your normal kind of what you'd use for flat card-to-card gluing, but something fairly strong that's going to keep it flat. I often find when I'm putting it down with wet glue as well, I just want to hold it a couple of seconds just to make absolutely certain that it is stuck in place there. Okay. Once you've got that stuck down, you need to stick your vanilla tree ring inside and on top of your brown tree ring. And again, it might be easier to use wet glue for this, because you can then slide it about and get it in the right place. Because you want to make sure you're lining up all your notches and little kind of wiggles around the edge of this die cut, so that it's in the right place, okay? And then here comes the weird bit. So without even putting any of your other bits in place, without lining anything up, you are going to stick this down with 3D dimensional pads. So you're going to stick it to the front of your card, but you're going to raise it up, okay? So you want a good piece. What I would say as well is to maybe stick a largish dimensional piece in the middle of your tree ring, not too much round the edges, because you want the edges to be free so that you can poke all these leaves and berries in underneath when you've coloured them in. So just stick a bit of 3D dimensional pad in the middle, and you're going for kind of about 1 centimetre in from each, so centimetre up from the bottom and 1 centimetre in from the side, roughly, very roughly. Don't have to measure it with a ruler or anything like that. But that is your card front, the basic bit done, basically. That's the base. This is when you're going to need to be careful as you empty out your little bag of goodies, and try and find all the bits and pieces that you need. So I'm going to take everything out of mine, and then I'm going to find everything I need, and anything I don't need I'm going to put back in again. So you won't need any gold leaves or anything. What you need is, I'm going to turn this over so you can see what it is you need. You need these little very vanilla shapes. So they might look even white to you in your kit, but you need all of these vanilla little die cut shapes. And you might look at some of them and think, what on earth is that? That can't be right. And you're going to need your wood shapes as well. So your very vanilla shapes, all of them, and your wood shapes, and none of your leaves. You don't need any leaves or any distressed gold bits or anything like that. Let's put that down there a minute. So all of your distressed gold and extra leaf bits and stuff can go back in your bag, out of the way so you don't lose them. But anything that is very vanilla or wood, you need. Oh, that's one stray leaf there, hold on. Just put that away, don't want to lose that. Okay, there we go. And then you're just going to colour them in, basically. There's only one real kind of technique on here. And that is the tops of the little toadstooly, mushroomy things. So these are the tops. They're kind of like semicircle type things, and they've got three little embossed circles on the top as well. Don't know if you can see that, actually. It's not showing up very well on the camera. But you've got this three little embossed circles on the top of these. And the only reason that they're just slightly different to the others that you can flat colour or you can blend colour is, Evelyn, can I have a red, please? Thank you. And that is because, so I'm using Poppy Parade. So what I've done is I've done quite an intense colour in the corner and just around the edge. And these are a bit of a fiddle to do as well. You do have to kind of keep your fingers out of the way if you don't want to be absolutely caked in alcohol ink. So I've done, I'll show you in a minute when I've finished it. So I've kind of gone round the edge and a little bit into the centre. And then, Evelyn, can I use the colour lifter, please? Got that, the white one? That's it. And then the blending pens, if you're using these, come with a colour lifter as well. You can get a colour lifter to go with them. So a colour lifter is exactly what it says. It takes out some of the colour and it works over time. So what I tend to do is just blend the edge a little bit, and then I'm colouring the rest of the toadstool using the colour I'm kind of taking out of it, really. And then what you'll get is you'll get a nice dark tone in the corner, and then it gradually kind of gets lighter as you get towards the edge. So that is what I'm going to do with the other one. So a bit of dark colour around the edge. And you'll see as it starts to dry, you'll see, oh look, the colour is starting to blend a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. So it takes a bit of time, but as the more it dries back, the more the colour kind of settles, if you like. So just go over it. The trick with alcohol markers as well, whatever kind you've got, but our blends are alcohol markers, is to keep going over the colour and over the edges until you get the desired effect that you want to from it, because the alcohol spreads the ink in what you've coloured, so it will start to bleed, either to become more faded if you're using like I am, the colour lifter, or if you're using two tones together, it will then start to fade over time as the colours then blend together. So there's my two toadstool tops, and then I am going to colour the berries on the top of my wood shapes in red. I'm going to do the stalks in a browny kind of colour, which will be, I don't even know, what colour is that brown, Evelyn, that I've got? Marker.
Dark crumb cake.
That crumb cake, okay. So these are Poppy Parade, my berries, just because that's the colour of blend that I've got, not for any other particular reason. And I'm going to have some, oh yeah, they are that's quite light, isn't it? So let's see, well, let's do the stems, the stalks of the toadstools as well. And again, I'll put a bit of dark on those in a minute so that they've got a bit of dark on the edges. I'm going to do the wood bits of the wood of the leaf branches. I'm going to do in the crumb cake colour as well. Blends are so easy to use. If you've not used alcohol markers before, you might be a bit scared of them and think, oh my goodness, I'm just not crafty enough for this, I'm not artistic enough, whatever. But honestly, once you've tried blends, you won't ever go back to anything else. They're absolutely amazing, because it makes you look really clever and artistic. I am not very artistic at all. I'm great at copying, but I'm not particularly artistic, I don't think. Blends just make you look really arty, because you can get that 3D and kind of more dimensional look without any effort at all, which is always something I'm looking for. Right, what colours have you got over there, Evelyn, that I can steal back? Can I have the dark crumb cake, please? And any green that you've got. But the dark crumb cake would be a great starting point. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, she's done it all. Fab, right, okay, so let's go with, so I'm going to go down the edge of just down the very edge of my toadstools, and then I'll go back to them and add another lighter layer again in a minute, when Evelyn's finished with it. And then I'm going to do the stalks of my berries. And just be careful when you're doing these, especially if you are using alcohol markers, that you don't get completely and utterly covered in ink, because that's really easy to do as well. Can I have the light crumb cake again, please? Thanks. So yeah, the trick with the blends is that once you've kind of added a dark, as you can see on these stalks, I've got a bit of a line, you go over it again with the other tone, whatever that is, whether it's light or dark, because it doesn't matter which way round you colour blends. Either you can colour dark first, light first, go back one against the other, whatever, but then you will get the tone that you want. And then for the leaves, what I've done is I'm using the dark old olive for the definition, so for the veins of the leaves, because you will see you've got leaf and kind of embossed pattern on the leaves already, so you can follow where the veins go. But as you can see, I'm not being too fussy about that. And then I'm going to colour them all in using the light coloured old olive, so that what then happens is that the veins sort of fade a little bit, soften a little bit, that's the word, not fade, soften, where the alcohol blends them together. So you just keep going over until you get the level of kind of softness that you're looking for. So it basically takes away from those sharp colour differences that you get. And the lines, you know, when you were a child and you were colouring with felt tip pens, and you'd always get a line in your colouring, wouldn't you? A blend or an alcohol marker takes away the sharpness of those lines and makes them more fluffy, which is what you want to look super professional. So as you can see, that didn't take me very long to just slap a bit of colour all over those. I did colour those, yes, I did colour the stalks. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my card base, and I'm going to start sticking little bits of wet glue behind the stalks and poking things in where I want them to go. And that is as technical as it gets. So little blob of glue on the stalk. Don't worry if you've got, you know, if it's squidging out the sides, because no one's going to see it. And then poke it behind and stick it down. And I'm just going to go round, just applying a bit of glue here and there behind my leaves and everything. And you don't need too much glue. Just going to make sure that my berries are kind of weighted, on opposite sides, so that it like balances the card design out, if you like. And then just keep going round my leaves. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in the bottom corner for my toadstools, because I want them to be just over the edge here. So let's put the toadstools on next. So with your toadstools, I would kind of line them up first, so you know roughly where you want them to go, because you're going to need to put your stalks down first, unless you're going to raise up your the caps of your toadstools, in which case obviously you can 3D pad them, but I want mine to be flat. So that's kind of roughly where I want them to go. So I also find it's easier to kind of work out where I think I'm going to put them first before I glue them firmly in place. I think I need some more glue. So, and if you want a bit of toadstool hanging off the edge of your log, that works quite good as well. Looks quite nice. And I've got the caps kind of at an angle. Again, just a blob of glue in the middle of each of the mushroom toadstool caps, and then stick them down over the top. And then you've got the last few leaves to poke in underneath. Again, I'm only putting a bit blob of glue on the actual base of the leaf that's going to go underneath. I'm not bothering to stick everything down really firmly, because actually I think it looks really nice when you've got, you know, kind of a bit of free floating design there as well. Personally, I don't think there's anything kind of wrong with that. So last bit of leaf just going under there. Ooh, and I've managed to get a bit of glue. That was really clever, wasn't it? Okay, let's get rid of that little bit of glue. There we go. There we go. And then the only thing you've got left to do is to add a sentiment if you want to add a sentiment. And again, I use the Just For You from the Ringed With Nature stamp set on mine. And that's it. That is your lovely tree ring card, which, like I say, this is it's got to be one of my favourite cards of this year. I absolutely love this card. I don't know why. I can't tell you what it is about it I love. I just love it. So there we go. Completely random, that is. You all right, Evelyn?
It's not sticking.
Oh, Evelyn's been super clever, less messy than me, and using glue dots, which is also a really good idea actually, especially for things like the toadstool caps. That worked really well with glue dots behind. What bit is it? Oh, you're putting it behind the stalks. Okay, so use the wet glue if not. While you're doing that, let's have another raffle prize, shall we? So we've still got 412, don't forget, which as yet has been unclaimed. Let's have another one. The next one is 418. Who's got 418? Is that yours?
No.
No, okay, that's good. 418. If you've got 418, let me just check and make sure it's not in my bag. No, it's not. It's good. So it's out there somewhere. Who's got 418? If you have 418, shout now, and also tell me what price you want. So don't forget there was the metallic shimmer papers, the little treat bags, and the jingle bells. So if you've got 418, let me know, and let me know. Oh, Amber, fabulous. Good, good. I love it when it's somebody who's here. Right, Amber, what would you like? Shimmer metallic paper, treat bags, or jingle bells? And I will add that to my growing pile of stuff that I need to bring to Buscat next week. So what would you like? What would you like? I've got some really nice messy grid paper now as well. All that colouring and stuff. Then we've got one more card to make, which is going to be super quick. It's this one. The paper is very tempting, but I think I'll go with the bells. Okay, the jingle bells. Jingle bells are yours. There we go. Lovely. Brilliant. That's good. That will go in my pile to bring to Buscat. Okay, so how is everybody getting on? Who is crafting tonight and who's given up crafting and is just watching? You're very welcome. And how are we all doing out there in Craftland? How is everybody getting on? One of my lights has given up the ghost, so that's really helpful. In fact, I might plug it in and then I might even get a bit more oomph out of it in a minute, you never know. Let's plug it in for a minute. Ooh, that might work. I wonder if I can... Oh, let's try a little experiment here. Might be able to get it to work. How much power have I got on that? Oh, Sally, right, where are we? Amber's colouring in and will likely be here till midnight. Oh, no, you won't. Sally is watching now and will make tomorrow, and Liz is all done. Fabulous. Well, that's good news. Right, I'm just going to see if this lead will stretch, because if it does, oh, there we go, then that might mean that the light stays on a bit longer, the lamp that I need to use. There we go. Just give us a bit more light on the subject. Oh, no, it's given up the ghost. No, I think I'm going to give up on that idea because it just obviously does not want to play. Never mind. Okay, come on. There we go. And D is still colouring in, so that's fine. Managed to colour in the cutting mat. Yeah, that's where you need the grid paper, you see. At least I can just tear off this top sheet when we're done and throw it away. Okie dokie. Well, we'll give everybody a few minutes to continue with the colouring and what have you. There's no rush. I'll leave my card on display as well. For those of you who have finished, this is the final card that we're going to be doing, and you're going to need to do the same technique that we did on the very first card. So if you can see, I'll put it right under the light as my light this side seems to have given up the ghost. Your second maple leaf that you've got in your bag, I've daubered round the edges of that one as well. So it's exactly the same technique as we did on the first card, just daubering some autumnal colour around the edges. And then I've layered on top of that a few different leaves. So again, any variety out of your kit that you've got. You can use, I've got loads of spare. You should have lots of spare ones. So you just need a couple, 2 or 3. If you love the maple leaf, you don't even have to add extra leaves if you don't want to. But
can I use your maple leaf?
You may use, where's your maple leaf?
Well, the first one I didn't really like the sentiment.
Oh, you didn't like it? Okay, so okay, that's fine.
Because the sentiment didn't really look.
No, it's fine. There you go. Use mine. It's fine. So yeah, so if mum's still colouring as well, that's fine. So if you're still colouring, that's fine. If you're not still colouring and you want to move on to this last card, which you can easily do in your own time if you are still colouring, so don't worry because it's an easy one to do. Then you start off by colouring, daubering the edge of the maple leaf, and then layering up a few extra leaves on top of it to give a bit more depth and leafiness. And then you will have a piece of the distressed gold paper that I have embossed with the tree rings, and a real red card base, and you're going to layer one on top of the other. Okay, so it's really, really simple. So if you're still colouring, feel free to keep colouring. If you've finished your colouring, then feel free to make a start on this one, because your techniques are going to be just the same as that very first card, so quite easy to catch up on and do. What have we got over there? Let's have, you've got some glue over there, Evelyn, please. Thank you, that's lovely. So again, because it's embossed and it's a 3D emboss, the embossing folder that goes with this set, which basically the 3D means it's a much more raised and indented emboss. So it's a more significant emboss. You might find that you need stronger glue to hold it down. What I tend to find with 3D embossing folders is that if it's not going to stick, then what will happen is it will start to kind of bubble up, and you kind of get like lumps and bumps in the card instead of it lying lovely and flat. So that's why I tend to kind of really smooth it over and use wet glue, so that I'm like pushing the wet glue out to the edges of the piece of embossed paper, so that that will hold it in place. Whereas if you just put tape around the edges, what you do tend to find is that the middle can still lift up. So if you've got wet glue, personally I find with 3D embossed sheets it's better to use wet glue on them to get that lovely flat finish. Right, let's have a look. I think I probably have got another leaf around here somewhere. Oh, there's another one. So you get, if you like the leaves, they come in a pack of, oh, that's wrong. I can't remember how many leaves you get. I think you get 25 leaves, something like that. You get an awful lot of leaves. Anyway, let me have a look. And you also get a whole bunch of gems as well. The amber gems come with the leaves. So, page 49, let's have a look. You get, there they are. You get 50 gems and 25 leaves. So it's a bumper pack of bits and pieces. So yeah, got plenty to make extras with. Okay. Right then, let's have that. And go back to the dauber again. I'm not even gonna add any extra ink to the dauber this time. I am just gonna dauber with whatever is left on that dauber from the last time that I used it. I'm not even going to add anything extra. Just going to press a bit harder to get a bit more depth of colour. There we go, that'll do. Perfect. And then that is ready to go on my card. So I've got a strip. You should have a strip of card in your pack as well, which is also very vanilla. It will be a bit too big probably for your card, so you will need to chop off the edge. And that's for you to stamp your sentiment on. So let's have a stamp set, Evelyn, please. Can you choose me a sentiment? I don't mind what sentiment you choose me. That one will do. What does that one say?
That one soon.
Get well soon. We'll have get well soon then. Thanks very much. Always need get well cards. It's one of those things that you want to have kind of ready made, don't you? You don't really want to be doing them when the person's ill, because you want to just be able to kind of be quick and grab one out of the cupboard, don't you, and give it. So my get well soon's going in the bottom corner. And then the strip goes on flat. Again, I'm going to stick mine with wet glue. Remember, if you've got to cut a bit of an edge off, then don't go right up to the edge. I know that my strip is a little bit too long. So, put that quite low down on this card as well, but that's okay. And then I would use my snips, except for Evelyn's got my snips, so I'll use some other scissors and just cut the edge off. Oh, that's a bit wonky. Let's make that a bit straighter. That's better. That's better. There we go. So nice and flat, and then you can add your leaf with 3D dimensionals behind it, so you get a nice raised effect. And if you've already layered on your leaves, brilliant. If you haven't already layered on your leaves, now's the time to add your leaves on the top from your pack of spare leaves. So let's have a look and see what's in here. What have we got? We've got, that one's nice, I like that. Oh, I've still got some lovely gold ones as well. I think I might have to have a gold one. What else have we got? Oh, and that nice gold one. I'll have that one as well. In which case I'll have those two either side and that one down the middle, I think. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and again, I am not going to fuss around with loads of glue on the back of these leaves. I'm just sticking glue carefully, but I am just sticking blobs of glue on the bits that are slightly wider. Definitely need to get a new glue pot, I think. That are slightly wider that I think can take a bit more glue. I'm not worrying about having to get every inch of the leaf covered in glue. That doesn't matter, as long as it's adhered to the card. It doesn't matter if there's a bit that's free floating. That is all okay. And the benefit of doing it that way means you get less messy. She says, trying to desperately find the edge of the leaf so that it wasn't, I don't get covered in glue. Okay. And if you've put on a little bit too much as well, you can just pick it up with the tip of the glue pot and move it around, which again you can't do if you're using like tape and things. So, and then just again, because there's a hole in this one as well, just scatter a few gems again. So let's put a little one over the hole cover it up, and then I've just scattered a couple more around the card, really. Have them up there this time. So just scattered about. Alright, let's have a look. I haven't seen either of your last two actually. Where's the other one? Oh, so this
up there because I had
oh, that's glue. Lovely. How did you colour your leaf? That is really pretty.
I did a bit of pen underneath.
Yeah, Oh, there you go. So you can use some blends underneath as well to get a much deeper, deeper tone.
You can't do just blends.
Not just blends. You've got to have a bit of blend.
So it doesn't show up otherwise.
Okay, that's really pretty. I like that. And let's have a look at your. And the woodland card is drying. The one with the tree slice and the toadstools is drying because there's quite a lot of glue on it. Okay, that's all right. That's all good. Okay, right. I'm just gonna have a little tidy up and just change my grid paper over so that you don't have to be looking at all my mess for a minute. There we go. Let's make it slightly tidier and then I can bring in all the projects that we have done. So we have done, let's have my Get Well card and my Just For You with the envelope. And then the, Evelyn, that one's yours.
Yeah.
The You Are Amazing Beyond Measure. And, what's happened to the other one?
Oh,
Evelyn's nicked it. And then my Tree Rings card. So that is tonight's projects, all done. So while people are finishing off, I will do a final raffle prize. Let's see, let's hope it's someone who's here, shall we? Okie dokie. It is number 415. Who's got 415? Is 415 in this bag?
no, it's 419.
Is it? Okay, that's cool. So 415, if you've got 415, I want to know, and I want to know what you would like as your prize. There are 2 prizes left. There's the lovely metallic shimmer papers and there are the treat bags. So which would you like? Let me know. Which would you like? And then I've just got a final bit of news, a bit of information about the Christmas workshop. So those people who are coming to the Christmas workshop. And then we'll be done for October. Cardcraft.
Cardcraft?
Oh, Marion! Fabulous! Oh, I love it when it's a person who's here. Fabulous. Thank you, Marion. That's wonderful. And you would like the shimmer papers, and the shimmer papers are yours. Fabulous. Wonderful. Right, Marion, here we go. Marion, I know you're only around the corner, but I'm going to throw it in my box of stuff for Christmas extravaganza, if you don't mind. So that I make sure that I deliver everything in one go to everybody, because I don't want to... There's so much going on here at the moment. Honestly, if you could see my dining room full of bags and bags and boxes of stuff to bring to the Christmas workshop, honestly. Well, people are just finishing off. I'll just throw in another couple of cards that I also made. That these are alternates that we might have done, but I chose the other designs instead. So there's this one, which also uses the fern embossing folder from the Sun Prince suite. So that's that one. And then this is another one using the craft note cards and envelopes, and again using that pretty Seasons of Chic paper and just layering up the leaves on top again. Just something slightly different, which I thought, you know, with a bit of sheer ribbon behind. So anyway, 2 additional designs, just something a little bit different. Okay, that's fine with you. Brilliant. Thank you, Marion. That's wonderful. Right, okay, let me just turn the camera back around again. Here we go. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, brilliant. Well, hopefully you've all had a fun evening this evening, and over the next couple of days, hopefully you will, all the rest of your cards will come together and you'll have a lovely group of autumnal themed cards. Yeah, a few different new techniques as well, so other things that you can try on other cards. If you love the little wood shapes, the little wood trinkets, they are from the Christmas catalogue as well, because Obviously, they're not only designed to go with the kind of autumn themed stuff, but they also go with the holly leaves and things like that. So Amber says she might even have finished the colouring. Wonderful. Oh, I'm so pleased. That's brilliant. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. Yeah, put the raffle ticket on that one. That's right. Okay, so my finally, just wanted to say, obviously there won't be any draw for the winner of the order draw this weekend, because I want to wait till we get to the end of October so that we can do the big prize draw with all the 10th birthday draw. So at the same time as I do that draw, I will also do the raffle draw for photographs of your projects that you've made. So you've got plenty of time to finish them off. And post a photo in the Facebook page. So I will put my post in there in a minute with my photos of my cards in there for you to be able to then put your photographs underneath. So we will still have a raffle prize for everybody who enters photographs of their projects from tonight, their makes, but you've got till the end of the month basically to make them and photograph them and add them onto that post, because everything October runs right through until the night of Halloween on the 31st, so a week on Monday, so you've got loads of time to get everything finished. Okay, so the next thing that we're doing is Christmas workshop for everybody who's already signed up and paid, and loads of you have, which is fabulous because I can't wait to have a whole day crafting with everybody. It's going to be so much fun. And you are going to get the biggest bumper bag of goodies ever. It's massive, let me tell you. There are loads of projects to make. So it's going to be loads of fun. Really looking forward to seeing everybody and having a fun time at Buscut. So not at my house, it's at Buscut. It's 10 till 4. You have had some emails over the last week and a half, especially around lunch. So if you want to book lunch instead of bringing your own lunch, then please, 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 you have until Saturday to let me know what you want and whether you want a baguette or a sandwich or whatever you want. So please let me know. And if you are bringing your own food with you, please, 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 no bananas. Please don't bring anything with bananas in it, because we have a crafter who's allergic, so we do not want to have anybody rushing off to hospital or anything else. So yeah, please, no bananas. What I would say is everything you need to know is on the email. So whether you're reading it the night before you come or whether you're reading it, you know, in this week running up to it. Bye, Marion. Thank you. Please make sure you read it because all the detail is in there, especially the things that you need to bring. So I would reiterate, I really would recommend you bring your basic crafting kit because you will need your adhesives and your scissors and things like that. But also that you bring a camera or a, you know, like most people's phones have a camera on them, don't you? So just make sure you've got it on you because there will be projects you'll want to finish off at home and you can take a photo of it then and then take it home with you and finish it off so that you don't feel that you're rushing. Because the other great thing about the Christmas workshop is the social element. You want to be able to have a chat with everybody and eat a ton of cake because there will be a ton of cake there, let me tell you. So, you know, just make sure you read the emails that I'm sending through really thoroughly so you've got all the detail there. So one final push, one final plug rather, November Card Club, which is at the end of November, so in a month's time, is Stamp a Stack, 20 Christmas cards, a gift box, all of that, plus you'll probably have some leftover papers and stuff, and you definitely have leftover ribbon, but probably leftover papers as well, all for 20 quid. So an email will be coming out tomorrow, as usual, with all the booking details on it. Let me know if you want to join in. And when you book your place, let me know if you want to do it in person, which will be the Thursday night here at my house, or if you want to do it online the following Wednesday. Okay? All the details are in the emails anyway. So you don't need to remember anything, just read the emails. Okay, thank you everybody for joining us and we'll see you again soon. Bye!